This is the 3pm Takeover, Radio Northern Beach's only drive-home show.
Keep it right here for a whole hour of fresh hits and entertainment for your Wednesday afternoon.
Here we go.
This is Grace Kelly by Mika.
And welcome to the 3pm Takeover with Hope and Victoria. That was such a good song. That was really popular for a while, and every time I hear it, I'm like, I just need to dance.
And who sings that song?
I say Micah.
But it's Mika. We discovered. We looked it up. It's Mika.
I don't believe you.
I know.
I watched like the footage with you and I still don't believe you. That's okay.
I'm sure I've only ever heard like 2 songs by him, but he is quite cool.
He's awesome. But we are settling in for another excellent afternoon. I hope you guys have had an excellent half week so far. Or full week since we talked to you last.
And that you're better than Victoria. She's kind of sick.
Yeah. You may have heard from my sexy husky voice, but I'm on the tail end.
Sexy.
I'm on the tail end of a cold, which is not fun in the middle of spring randomly. So I hope everyone is feeling much better than I'm feeling.
But, you know, the show must go on.
Exactly.
And all that fun stuff.
We're very Broadway here.
And talking of that, Dancing with the Stars, I love the Australian show, and I've never really watched the American one, but I have been keeping up this year because of Bindi Irwin. Have you been watching?
I haven't been watching, but I keep hearing bits and pieces about it. I hear she's doing like amazing.
She's so good. I hadn't watched it at all, and then I sort of binge watched it on YouTube the other week. Man, she's good, and she's only like...
Isn't she 17 or 18 or
She's
something?
17. Yeah, she is so young, and she's done so well, and it's the 21st season of Dancing with the Stars in the US, I believe.
That's a lot more seasons than I thought they'd done.
They've done so many. Well, in Australia,
heaps.
we've had one a year since 2004. So what's that? We're on about series 12 here.
It's still going?
It's still going. It's such a popular show.
You know I don't watch reality or competitive shows, so I'm like, oh, that's still a show.
It's so competitive.
Well, it's a competition show, isn't it, technically?
Yeah, I suppose. I never think of it as
They're
competition.
competing.
They are.
Therefore, competitive show.
Competing to win that giant crystal ball thing that they win at the end.
I think I've been near the studio set because it's
Have
Channel
you?
7. Yeah.
But it's in Melbourne they film.
Oh, never mind. No, I haven't.
Just kidding. Spoiler alert.
What was where I was? I think the My Kitchen Rules like HQ was like a couple of floors below where I worked.
Really? That's so cool.
Which everyone was like, isn't that cool? And I was like, I don't watch the show.
I've been to
I don't watch reality TV, but I should because obviously I live close to everything. So
I've been to the old MasterChef set, which is the deserted train station at Everleigh.
See, that would be cool.
Everyone's been there though.
MasterChef is the one that that's the one that I do occasionally watch. I will sit down and watch that one.
But it's such a desolate spot, especially now that they stopped filming it there. It's gone back to just being the dead train station.
That and Beauty and the Geek are the only two reality shows that I will watch.
Isn't that a great show? I love that show.
Whenever I hear that it's coming back on, I get like stupidly excited.
Just a little bit.
I'm like, oh my gosh, it's coming back on. I love that show.
I just watch it for the Makeover week. It is amazing.
How good is the make? And the challenges are so like bad but good.
And
No, the Makeover week is the best.
I have this theory. I reckon that they must like make them a little bit quirkier or less attractive than they actually are. I mean, some of them are just a little bit too over the top.
Yeah, true.
I think there's some.
It could just be
some
them.
element of untruth in there.
But I'm always amazed by the jawlines that are hidden under those horrible beards.
Yeah,
that's what
people
always
always
gets
look
me.
really good, don't they?
And
it's look really impressive.
And it's like natural good lookingness because they'll have like the most amazing jawline, and you're like, where was that hiding all these years, guys?
But what's kind of depressing is that so they're really smart. And then as the show hits halfway, they get really good looking as well. But then the women just stay like missing the brains bit. And then it just kind of doesn't work.
But I had a friend who knew one of the guys that was on it.
Wow.
And said he was actually just like how he was on TV.
Oh, that's really good to know.
He was saying to her, so this is very like Chinese whispers, that by the end of the whole show, everyone's like a little family. Like they all get along really well and they're really good friends and they stay in contact. And I think that's why I like it the most because it's not like competitive. It's just kind of like everyone's really sweet to each other, and
but it's like The Bachelor. All the girls on it always stay friends, and you see them like out and about.
I'm not on board with The Bachelor.
I am.
I disagree.
I look at
with
them
it.
on Instagram.
I disagree
I
with
like
it.
It is such a good show.
The one bit that I saw, which really like just summed the show up for me, was this girl. She got like offered some like netball contract, and she's like, do I take the contract and risk never having true love? And I was like, take the damn contract, girl. It's like your career.
No, I remember that. She did actually.
There are men everywhere.
She played netball for Australia and she actually did go and take the contract, which is a smart idea.
But the fact that she was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, honey, the choice is real simple, okay?
Also, fun fact, in grammar terms, bachelorette still actually isn't a real word.
Really?
No, the word is spinster, but but the spinster doesn't sound nearly as good as the bachelorette.
Oh.
The word is spinster.
So how come guys
That's
get the
it.
bachelor and that sounds like such a good word and we get spinster?
Well, I don't know, but it's not a word. Should be the spinsterer, the spinster. I don't know.
Let's head into a song and recover from this awkwardness.
This is Drive by Train. Welcome back to the 3 p.m. Takeover. This is Hope and Victoria on Radio Northern Beaches with your drive home show. And the coolest thing ever happened this week.
What?
The new emoji came in the update.
Woo! I haven't got the new update yet. I should get it.
You should.
Because
It's worth it.
you've been showing me some of the new ones and I really should get it.
How good are they? So we were talking about emojis on the show maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago and talking about emojis that we wished had happened. And what's new, Victoria? You're half there.
Yeah, so I was annoyed some of the food that didn't exist, like a taco, and that now exists, which is exciting. However, there's still no seaplane, which is highly upsetting.
And still no bacon.
Come on, Apple, get your priorities in. Like,
I
I like
know.
tacos as much as the next person, but is there like a pancake or a waffle emoji? Because
There is a stack of pancakes emoji.
of course there is. Pancakes get all the glory when waffles are way better.
I know. Waffles are always kind of left out, aren't they?
I would enjoy a waffle emoji, but there's new what's the one that you are very excited about?
Oh, there's a figure skating boot, which is so exciting for me because I'm an ice skater. So I'm excited about that one. And lots of new weather ones, which is great because I love taking photos of weather. And there is only ever like 3 weather emojis. But there's so many now. There's like rain coming from a cloud and lightning coming from a cloud.
There's snowman options
There's
as well.
a snowman and a snowman with snow in the background. And there's a tornado and there's fog and there's just so many.
I feel like if you have to use the tornado emoji, that's like there is no time
Should
for
you be
emojis.
making
Get out of there.
statuses?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Like,
get
should
out.
you be sending emojis or should you be running? But
I know, right? But
debatable.
there's a cricket bat now and a hockey
Oh,
stick.
I'm going to
ice hockey stick.
use that cricket bat all the time for all the sports talk I do over
all the
Messenger.
sporty apps.
Oh man,
There are some.
there's
odd
still no
ones,
headphones
though.
though, are there?
There are no headphones, but there is now an urn and a coffin and rosary beads.
Oh, perfect to go with my cricket bat.
Things are getting real morbid.
Because again, the things if you're gonna, why would you text like urns and coffins? That's if you're having that conversation about death, it's not appropriate to use emojis. I don't know.
Who knows? At a funeral, coffin emoji.
Yeah. Just gonna check it on Facebook.
There's some weird things now. There's a bomb. I'm not sure if that's like politically okay.
Oh, but I guess you could be like,
And there's a very dramatic.
you could
pickaxe.
you could do pictures of like dropping the F-bomb or something silly.
Oh,
I could
yeah,
see that being
shows.
used comically.
Well, there's a really dramatic like pickaxe crossed with a spanner, which also looks a bit gruesome.
Is that the communism side?
No.
Oh, it's a sickle and axe, isn't it?
That's a sickle and axe. They don't have that one, luckily. But there are some I still don't
excuse
understand.
me, we have a taco and not the communism side. I think Apple, get your priorities in order.
There's a little newspaper now and a little scrolled up newspaper, which is real cute. And then there's a fountain pen and a paintbrush and a pencil and a crayon. Like there's all sorts of different arty ones now,
That's kind of cute.
which is cool. And there are 6 different padlocks. I don't know why.
Perfect.
There are so
for all
many.
your locking needs.
And there's a whole pile of apps that emojis I don't even understand in the symbol section.
Can I just say, my mum got an iPhone recently.
Oh, that's
And
exciting for her.
she'll send me a message and she'll just add an emoji then, but it's always like a completely unrelated emoji.
Oh,
and
so
I
she's
love
not
it.
quite grasped that your emoji needs to match your context?
No, but it's so good that it doesn't because it'll be
Actually,
so.
who says it should?
And sometimes it does. Like it'll be cute. Like she'll be like having morning tea, and she sends me a cookie. It's like super cute, and it reminds me that I want a cookie, and I'll go get a cookie. But no, the other day she sent me. Oh, what was it? It was just like she was asking me about like what do we want for dinner. This is what time I'll be home. Are you home tonight? All that kind of stuff, and then just sent me like picture of like a tiger. And she said another one being like in brackets, I don't know what animal it is, but it's cute. I was like, I think it's a tiger. She's like, oh, okay. Like
That's so funny.
it's great.
My mum
I'm
and
so
I
proud
are
of her for like
that.
getting on board with. She used to do it with like our old Android phone. She used to send the sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
The sunglasses emoji is like the epitome of my mum. She always sent the sunglass emoji, and she'll be like, "It's sunny out today," and send the sunglass emoji, or just like, "Have a good day," sunglass emoji.
My
It's
mum likes
so
that. You know what
good.
my mum and I have? The little penguin emoji. So when we say, see you later, X, the next person will send back the penguin, and our penguin means like the conversation is over. That's like the last message that we send, like after like, see you soon, XX, the other one will send back like the little penguin.
Also, it's like I've received your message, but the conversation's ended.
Yeah. It's
Oh, that's
like
cute.
It's like a confirmed, like, see you at 2:00, penguin face.
That's cute.
Like it's our little like confirmation thing. It's really cute. But yeah, so new emojis, check them out. Download the new iPhone update or Android equivalent, whatever you do, whatever you have, that kind of thing. And get the new emojis because they are awesome. And Apple have clearly been listening to us because there's now a taco emoji.
And let us know what your favorite emojis are on our page. Just like post them. And Hope will see them, but I haven't got the update yet. So Hope can tell me what they are.
Victoria will get a little square box and she'll just have to imagine what it is.
You can just, I'll try and guess what they are. It's an even more fun game.
We'll be right back straight after this.
Welcome back to the 3 p.m. Takeover on Radio Northern Beaches 88.7 and 90.3. That was... Look, if you tried to sing along, I apologise because I tried to and I think I almost broke my vocal cords. I forget how high Taylor sings. It's a brilliant song, but...
a whole lot higher than I thought.
Whew, she's like 15 octaves above my normal decibel. So anyway, so I hope you had fun with that song.
And we're going to talk a little bit about Melbourne Cup because last week it was only a day since Melbourne Cup and, things hadn't quite got started yet. But now it's been a week and it's kind of cool. A woman won, and I'm kind of down with that. I think that's exciting. What do you reckon?
I think the significance of her win has settled in now. I think it was like a slow build to be like, oh, a woman won, and it's such a standard to assume that all jockeys are males. That I kind of
they always seem to be though, don't they?
Except for the movie Racing Stripes. That's the only time I'm like, yeah, female jockey.
Racing Stripes.
Go Hayden, go.
That is such a good movie.
It was actually on the other day. That's the only reason I thought of it. Yeah, I think it's so cool that a woman won and she was so yeah, of course I can do it.
Yeah, it was great. And what's
awesome.
funny is I watched it live and it was the first Melbourne Cup I've actually ever watched because I'm usually at work or something like that.
Really?
I've heard it on the radio a few times if I've been driving, but I've never sat down and watched it on TV and it was so quick and I was like, wow, people are around all day for that.
Yeah.
It's so fast.
I remember we used to do it, I think at school when we had the one TV in the classroom, we'd turn it on for, I don't know why we turned it on for Melbourne Cup. For big news stories and big other things like Melbourne
I guess
Cup.
just because it's a cultural
and it's so
thing.
quick. They turn it on and be like, and there's a race and turn it off and you're like, oh, okay, it's over.
I guess you're there for the atmosphere though. I've never actually been to the races. Have you been?
No.
I want to go. I think it sounds like a lot of fun. More for the atmosphere than for the actual horse racing. It's nice to just dress up and have a few drinks, but not too many, like the lady that pushed the policeman in the bush. Did you see that?
You told me this. I haven't seen it.
It's
you
so
told me
funny.
about it. I think just the way you described it, I was laughing myself.
I saw it first on Facebook, I think, and then it was all over the news. So this lady who was not that intoxicated, she didn't even look intoxicated in the video, walked up to this policeman who was just on his phone, standing next to a bush, just pushes him square in the chest, and he just tripped backwards into the bush. And then she was like, ha ha ha, to the camera, and then ran off.
I love how
it was so weird.
It's such I don't know, it's so non-violent. I think
It's
that's
so
I think what I
silly.
find so funny about it, she wasn't aggressively pushing him. She just kind of pushed him and thought it was hilarious, walked off.
Yeah, she ran up and just was ugh, in his chest, and he just tripped backwards into the bush, caught off guard. It was so funny. And they interviewed him on the news. And he was like, yeah, I didn't mind. I thought it was quite funny. He was totally relaxed about it.
It's good that he was a good sport about it. And he had a bush
I
to break
know.
his fall. He's fine.
I thought that he was going to come out and be all, what an abuse of, the police system, XYZ. But he didn't.
He was on his phone.
He was just
Doesn't sound like he was exactly on duty here.
No, that's true. But you know who was angry? They did a whole interview the next morning with the person that does all the horticultural work down at Flemington. And they were really angry because one of the bushes, was bent and they'd spent a year pruning it especially and all the gardeners were actually quite grumpy.
That's so
silly.
Yeah, but if that's their job, I can understand why they're annoyed by it. You know what I mean?
I know, but the police didn't take it very seriously and they were so frustrated.
I giggle at it, but that's that would suck if that was your job and you're really guys, I worked a whole year on that bush and you just shove someone on it. Thanks.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Poor things.
But I'm really not down with people getting overly intoxicated when it's supposed to be a nice event. What do you think?
No, look, keep your head on, have a drink or two, but don't be that person.
There's a time and a place, right?
Yeah, and proper formal events. It's if someone ever gets drunk, really drunk at a wedding, you're really...
I know.
Stop it. This is not your day. And, have a bit of decency and decorum about yourself.
It's so silly though, things like that. There are so many opportunities to just go out and have a bit too much, but some of them really aren't it. And I feel like Melbourne Cup really isn't because you look nice. Everyone's wearing a fascinator. You're often there with work colleagues.
Do you pay for your own drinks at Melbourne Cup? Because I feel like that's the reason people get drunk at weddings is because often it's an open bar.
Oh,
Not
that's
always,
true.
often.
I didn't think about that. No, yeah, you do.
I
have
feel
to
like you
your
pay
own
for your drinks because like how
Yeah,
can I make
you
money
do.
otherwise? So.
You do pay for your own drinks, and they're usually not that much cheaper than like standard industry anyway.
I would assume they were more expensive.
No, they're kind of
like
similar because
the-
they want to encourage people into it, and people are spending so much money anyway. But yeah, I never thought about that. People get overly drunk because they don't have to pay for it. I don't know.
That's like
just
the
my
only
idea.
reasons the only times I've ever gotten drunk, I was not paying for drinks.
Oh, now I think about it, that
And
is true.
often that's like part of a cause is that you're not counting your drinks and you're not like, whoa, I'm like, you know, I've
I
spent
can't
heaps.
afford anymore.
Yeah,
Keep
usually
on
it's
going.
like I can't afford anymore, I'm going to stop. But if someone else is buying them or it's like at like a party and it's being supplied, you don't even think about it.
Yeah, I find that is more likely.
Slippery. And if it's like at a party and like someone else is making them, they're often a lot stronger.
Slippery slope
Yeah, a
to
lot stronger.
drunkenness. That's terrible. But I don't know. I tend to not
Look,
feel
some
like that.
fun things can happen at the same time, but it's when people go over the edge and the people who are like bad drunks. That's when it's not fun.
Yeah, and there's nothing fun about finishing Melbourne Cup Day with your fascinator askew, face down in a bush on the national news.
Face down in a bush. Like it started so like gently. Fascinator askew, face down in a bush.
On the news.
On the news.
Being publicly shamed for looking like a trash bag when you had dressed up so nicely. It's such a shame though.
Was it? Which is the horse race where they had like you dress black or white?
Oh.
Was that in Melbourne? That must
Derby
have been
Day?
maybe.
No, that's colours. No, I don't know. Is there a horse race where you dress black and white? That's
Yeah,
cool.
I had a friend that went. She was like, I have to find a white dress. I don't own white dresses.
Oh, that's really interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
But I think it was like the weekend before. So this shows our like knowledge
Of going to the races. Clearly
Yeah.
we don't go. No, because what it is like Melbourne Cup is a huge thing. So in the lead up, they
That's
have
the
like
big
lots
one,
of
isn't
they
it?
have lots of like small like precursor events to get everyone hyped up and like ready for the races. And especially for people that like can't take the day off on the actual day, it's for them to like get to go to something. It's like
So it's like on a weekend instead.
yeah, it's like, you know, we have the huge Melbourne Cup celebrations here, like at Randwick Racecourse. It's like almost as busy as Flemington is. You know, just for people like pretending that they're there. Fun times.
I visited a friend in Kensington the other week, and there was like someone was just like walking a horse down the street, and I was like, I forget how close I am to the race course.
That's so common. I go.
It's like if you go to Terry Hills and you see people just like walking their horses, and you're like, okay,
It's so strange.
why not?
Well, yeah, people walk their horses like around the studio here because we're here on Terry Hills. But no, that's true because I go to university right next to Randwick Racecourse.
Oh yeah, your campus would be right next to it. You can like hear them.
The street I park on has the entrance gate, and I'll just be walking to my lecture and I'll hear like all these horse noises, and it smells like hay all the time.
Don't they have like the exams like on the racecourse grounds?
Yeah, we share like a part of the racecourse grounds.
Yeah.
We have like a building that's built on the grass, pretty much.
Yeah.
Bit too close to comfort for the horses.
They're like, psst, horse, answer to 4D. What's the answer? The horse is like, C.
What was that horse noise again? You have a good horse noise.
I can do when I am not half dead. I can do it much better. But it usually like does hurt my throat at the best of times, so I won't do it now because it would like actually destroy my vocal cords. So
I feel like that might not be very good for you.
we'll save that for a later event. Then like a fun little Victoria's Party Tricks special.
Party trick special.
Hey, I
like
have
this one.
several. I am a multifaceted human being.
You are. I like that. We're going to be right back after this, and we're going to be talking about the world's hardest and most stressful careers. So make sure you stay tuned for that. There's a new list, and we'll see if your job is on there.
Yeah.
That was Something in the Water by Brooke Fraser, and before that we had Pocketful of Sunshine by Natasha Bedingfield. Good music.
Yeah. I love Brooke Fraser.
She's good, isn't she?
I've seen her perform. She's so
Really?
Yeah, she's so talented.
That's really cool. I have not seen her perform.
Like I say every week, there's a special place in my heart for her. There's lots of little special places in my
Special
heart.
place in your heart for like every artist on the show.
Yeah, I
like
have
that.
a big heart, okay? There's lots of places.
Oh, God. So I was thinking, because I was reading something the other day about what are classified as the world's hardest / most stressful careers. And I was thinking about it anyway, because from what I'd always been told, it's really stressful to be an air traffic controller. And I actually met
That's
someone.
what I've heard is like the most stressful job.
Yeah, and I met someone recently. I babysit their children, and he is an air traffic controller, and he is possibly like the most relaxed person I've met in my life. And he thinks he has the most relaxing job ever. He's
What?
like, yeah, he's like, What's stressful? I just like tell the planes where to go. And I was like,
I want
that
that.
sounds horrible.
I want that guy around in a crisis. He'd be like, guys, chill.
He's so relaxed. He's like, yeah, I just watch the planes. It's pretty easy. And I was like, what?
If he's just watching them, he's not doing his job right.
I know, it's crazy. So there's a Forbes
Wow.
list up of what are the most stressful careers. Do you want to know?
Yes, I do. Because I want to know if any of the jobs as a kid, I was like, I'm going to be this when I grow up. I want to know if any of them were on there and if I've dodged a bullet. Because I don't, me and stress don't go well together.
Cool. Well, they put the 8 most stressful. They said the worst one is being a firefighter.
I can imagine that.
And it's a combination of the fact that it's stressful plus the pay isn't great. So it's like less reimbursement for like how.
Yeah, it's like
wearing it is.
my uncle is a firefighter or used to be a firefighter. He lives up in Queensland, and
Oh,
because they
lots
have
of
to,
fires.
but they don't just deal with fires. Like they have to go to like car crash scenes and stuff. Like
Oh,
they
yeah,
deal
they
with
have
like
all sorts of
so
things.
much. Such as like they should be called like every bad situation firefighter.
So this should be like a metro. This would be like metro firefighters, not like bush fire. Because
Wouldn't bush be worse? I don't
yeah,
know.
but you only have to go to trees.
But they're like wildfires where it's like it can't be contained. Like
true. But yeah, metro will be tough. And then after that
just the
is-
traffic for the metro firefighters would be tough.
Oh yeah, that's true. And then after that is any kind of enlisted military personnel, which obviously I can imagine would be.
Oh, like the stress is like your life is on the line. Is that the stress of it?
Maybe.
And you're in a country that's
And
like
your
too hot
country-
to like breathe. Like
and your country is on the line and you're in a really dangerous location. That sounds fine.
yeah,
Doesn't
that air
sound-
traffic control
ah.
guy would be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
There's nothing stressful. Oh goodness. And after that is being a pilot.
My brother's a
Props
pilot.
to Nicholas for being a pilot.
In saying that he's a seaplane pilot, so it's probably not as stressful.
Stress.
He takes like tourists around. He's like, look at this beach and let's have a picnic here.
Aw,
But I'm
that
sorry,
sounds like
he
fun.
trained for a very long time, and I'm very proud of him. But like at the same time, I don't think he has the most stressful piloting job.
No, he's in like the least stressful option of the piloting jobs.
Yeah, he used to
But
like.
that's a good thing.
He used to like not have to wear shoes if he didn't want to. I think that's
That's
like
awesome.
I think the degree of shoe you have to wear is like it shows you how stressful the job is.
Yep. So you can go
Yeah.
from like choice and barefoot to enclosed and right up to like if you're wearing a steel capped boot, you have a serious
I'm looking
job.
at you, firefighters
You got a
and military
real
personnel.
job. See, I told you it was all about. The shoe.
We
You're
found
right.
we found like the benchmark and like scaling system of this
There is.
thing is the shoe.
And next on the list, someone that also wears boots, policeman.
Yeah, I couldn't. These are all jobs I just couldn't do. So this list is accurate so far.
I couldn't be a policeman. I'd like to be one.
It depends. Are you
No,
like
I wouldn't want to be one.
on
That's
the
not
beat
true at all,
policeman,
but-
or you like in the office?
Oh, that would be so boring.
maybe it's like stressful paperwork. But there's people who do like they analyze stuff and they have to like look at surveillance and
I
like
think the uncertainty of it is stressful. You don't ever know
Yeah.
what your day is going to entail. You know,
True.
you never know if it's going to be a relaxing day in the office or like, you know, you're going to be threatened with a gun, you know.
Yeah.
I think that kind of aspect would be scary. And after that, and this is so weird, I never imagined this, but Forbes is supposed to be pretty reliable. Being an actor.
really.
Yeah, because I guess like how strenuous it can be on you mentally, like becoming a different character and having to snap out of it. And then as well as that, the uncertainty of like whether you have work or not.
But that's like, isn't that the same with anyone in that industry? Like,
Yeah, that is
this is
true.
the issue I kind of have with this is I know people who are sort of in that industry, and there's makeup people who they have to like actors will be like, oh, it's so early, I'm here at like 7 a.m. in the morning, and the makeup people and everyone else has been there for like 2 hours already. They're
yeah.
there doing things the whole time, and then they're like another couple of hours afterwards.
That's really true. So like if I think of myself in
They're
terms
like
of careers,
they're like
I was
the
going
fully
to
unsung heroes of like
Yeah.
that like entertainment industry. For
I was
sure.
going to I was thinking of becoming a musician and because I play flute, so I was thinking of, you know, going into that professionally. And I just thought it's so strenuous because, you know, there are so few positions with like orchestras and they're already all taken. And, you know, if you can't get a job playing on shows or anything, you just kind of end up tutoring music and, you know, you might not have wanted to do that. And it's just so uncertain. So that's
Yeah.
definitely true about that industry, I think.
I will say that I think actors probably have that hard aspect where it's not just like I guess performing and reading the lines, but also how they look and all that other stuff that
And often it comes
like-
with fame, which can be stressful.
yeah.
as
And if
well.
it's like an age thing where you get to a certain age, it's like you can't play those roles anymore. That it becomes that like if you're I don't know,
Just go on radio.
a makeup artist or
Can't see
something.
your face.
Oh, one of the perks, listeners, I will tell you.
You don't want to see our
But like, if
faces.
you're like a makeup artist, there's no like, you're not the right age for it, or
You're
know
not
what
the
I
right
mean?
look or
And
something
often
like
they're
that.
part of like unions and stuff, so they can
Well,
sort
then
of
this
get
can't be
work.
stressful because we don't have to wear shoes. So that clearly means it's like super unstressful.
That's true.
True.
But I have friends who are like, I could never do radio, and I'm like, talking is just as easy as breathing for
What
me,
a
so
good
I'm good
skill.
with it.
Next on the list after that, bad luck for me, journalist.
Ooh, that sucks.
Ouch.
But
That's
is
gonna
that
be me.
like, what kind of journalist? They don't specify, do they?
No, they didn't.
'Cause if
But
you're
they
like-
also
if you
had
like-
photojournalist include on that, and I think like any
Okay.
kind of field news
I was
reporter
gonna say,
where you
are
suddenly
you
have
field
to
or
catch a
you
story.
like an anchor in a studio? Because I think
No,
that'd be
I
very
think
different
both.
stress levels. Because I think if you're an anchor in the studio, that's back to the shoe thing, where you probably don't have to wear shoes below that desk.
That's true. Well, I feel like it would be stressful at the same time knowing you're about to go live in front of the entire country. Like if you mess something up, if you sneeze or something.
I've never thought,
always
what
think
if,
about what if
what
I
if they have to
sneezed?
sneeze?
I've always thought that. I've seen people
Wow.
sneeze on like panel shows or breakfast shows, but I've never seen a newsreader sneeze.
Wow, I've never thought about
Concerned
that. Every time I watch the news now, I'm going to be like, sneeze, sneeze.
Do it.
Sneeze.
After that, I can totally imagine this. This career is my absolute nightmare. I would rather be unemployed forever than do this career.
What is it?
Event coordinator.
But I know people who love it, like that they do it,
People
and
that do it love
and
it.
it's like comes really naturally. But if I was like told to do it, I'd be like, no, I can barely organize. Like, make sure I never work in a circus because I cannot juggle. If I have like more than 2 or 3 things going on at once, my brain just shuts down. It's like, nope, sorry, we can't do it. Your whole life is about to shut down. I don't. I can't juggle. So event coordinators have to do like everything.
I just get really nervous. Like, what if like you put in all that effort and then like no one comes or like nothing happens? Like that would be so terrifying for me. I could never be an event coordinator. Oh,
gosh.
Ugh.
And you have to wear shoes.
But not steel capped, so that's
Yeah.
why it's kind of
It's
further down the
less-
list.
yeah.
You're under military personnel on your stress on the stress Richter.
And all those steel cap boot wearing actors.
And last on the list is being a lawyer,
Oh, okay.
which
It's just
is
like the
stressful.
long hours and occasionally people's like lives are in your hands and that kind of stuff.
Occasionally, your client might get locked up for like life, but
Yeah.
casual. You still get paid, right?
I wouldn't. I don't know what you're complaining at, guys. It's fine. I couldn't. Yeah, again, all these. I wanted to be an actor when I was younger. I will say that.
But not a lawyer.
I think everyone went through their phase of like, I could be an actor. You know what I mean?
I think so.
I feel like everyone through their phase.
Did
but,
you want to be a lawyer ever? I did.
No.
I did.
Of course you did.
But I have a degree in law, so that does
Yeah.
make sense.
No, the maybe I should be a lawyer. That never went through my brain. Ever.
I would never want to practice law. If there's one thing that doing law has taught me is that I wouldn't want to practice.
I'd want to be an actor playing a lawyer.
Oh yeah,
That could be fun.
I always thought that
Because you like
Being an
learn
actor-
the jargon, but like never have to actually use it. And it's all like technically fake.
yeah, or like jobs that require uniform. Like, wouldn't it be cool to be an actor so you could wear like a police uniform or something else uniform, but not actually have to have that job?
I think I highly respect actors, but it is just like really glorified dress up. And that's like the best
This
part of
is
it.
true.
That's the most awesome part of it is you can be someone from like medieval somewhere and then like jump scenes and be somewhere else. And like, I don't know. I think
fun
it's cool.
fact, the most unhygienic job is being a dentist. Just on another note.
Oh, people's teeth.
Yeah.
Should have flossed. Anyway, let's move on to something I'm very excited about. So our next song is by someone that we both know, and she's a local Northern Beaches girl, and she has like such a gorgeous voice. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And on that note, if you are a local artist and you want to get your music on the air, send us an email.
Yeah, contact us. We're all about the local music and we really want to hear some Northern Beaches talent. So if you are just getting your name out there and getting started in the music industry, get in touch with us and we really want to hear you and we might just play your music.
Yeah. And yeah, without further ado, sit back, relax, enjoy, and then like go and discover her online and listen to all her music. This is Wanderer by Ruby May. Welcome back to the 3 p.m. Takeover. That was Wanderer by Ruby May. And again, she's a local artist. Go check her out. She's pretty amazing. I really like her music. She's really talented. And
She is really talented and
Yeah.
it's so exciting because we know her and we're going to post all the links to all her social media and all her things like that on our Facebook page. So make sure you check it out. Start listening to her stuff. It's real good.
We are up to our last segment. We're going to wrap up, which is upsetting, but I hope you guys have had a great week with us, a great hour. I'm kind of excited that the episode's over because my voice is starting to hurt. I need to just go and rest my voice.
You've got to get better.
Yeah.
Have some more lozenges and that kind of fun stuff.
Lots of honey and lemon tea for me when I get home.
Oh, it's a nice afternoon though, so you'll be okay.
True. And speaking of that, we're going to talk about our favourite spot on the Northern Beaches for the week.
And also, this is the last week we'll be doing this. Next week, there's a new segment coming. So
that's exciting.
This is our last week of favourite spot on the beach. And also, I got a message from my friend Lily, who lives in Perth now.
Hi, Lily in Perth.
Who is originally from Tasmania. So she's only been to Sydney a couple of times and she came to visit me. But when she did, her favourite place that she came with me was Colorado Beach. She really liked it. She liked all the shops at the front there, and she loved how big it was and how many other beaches you could see when you look south from Colorado. So that was a spot of the week from one of our listeners.
Well, mine is also Colorado based. This is a bit awkward.
Is it? Oh.
I'm so bad at suburbs, as you know. I'm pretty sure it's Colorado Plateau, technically.
Yeah, probably.
So I went to a friend's place the other week, and there's a section where I drove around this corner, and there's like a sort of like a rocky thing that you can kind of stand on and look at, and you just look at like
that's cool.
Colorado and the beach, and it's this beautiful outlook. And I love it because just seeing the view reminded me that I went there and I watched the 9 o'clock fireworks on New Year's Eve there.
Oh, that's really nice.
And it's this beautiful view day or night, because at night all the lights are turned on in the like residential area.
That is really nice.
And then during the day, it's like this beautiful blue sea that's like all of it stretches out to the horizon, and then it's houses and bushland, and yeah. Go Colorado. We're
it's a nice place. And I'm actually quite close this week. My spot of the week is
because that was Lily's spot.
Yeah, that was Lily's spot.
Oh, you get a triple spot of the week this week, guys.
No, my spot of the week this week is Long Reef. So I'm actually quite close. The Long Reef Golf Club is so nice, and it's right on the beach there, and it's such a tiny little beach, really secluded. I can't say that properly. Secluded, really cute little place. It's always really fun to travel to, like when there's really bad weather and you can sit in your car and it's all like windy, but you can still kind of see. And I was there earlier in the week when the weather wasn't so great. And it's cool. There's something really calming about Long Reef because it is so small and there's always like nobody there. So
ironically,
that was
it's
my
a
place
long
this week.
reef, but it's a small beach.
Funny.
Speaking of potentially bad, I'm glad that you liked it because I said it. I was like, that wasn't good. Everyone's probably doing that shaking of the head thing. But that's okay because, you know, we're the only people in the studio. I only have to impress you. So I'm glad that worked.
But moving on to the very last thing of the week, I have a riddle for you.
I'm excited. Well, okay. I'm hesitant because you said you solved it really quickly. So now the pressure's on for me to actually
really
get it right.
Because I never, ever get riddles right unless I spend a huge amount of time thinking about them, which, who am I kidding, I never do. Because
like days?
Yeah, well, because if something doesn't click for me straight away, I don't care. I'm going to move on. So the fact that this did click with me was like quite exciting. So,
okay.
Are you ready?
Sure.
Yes.
Yep, I'm ready because we don't have the time for me to not be ready.
30 men with ladies too, standing around with nothing to do. Dressed in formal, black and white, yet when they move, it begins to fight.
What? Wait, are they penguins or something?
No, that is kind of the first thing I thought of.
Can I have like a clue? Can you give me a clue? I'm not very good at riddles.
Really.
I'm really not good at riddles.
You're not going to get one.
Can you tell me the answer?
No, I'm not going to tell you the answer.
Are you kidding me? You are not leaving this on a cliffhanger. That's so mean.
I'm going to put the answer on our Facebook page, which is the 3PM Takeover, Facebook/the 3PM Takeover. So look us up or go on Twitter and send us a tweet if you know the answer. Our handle is at RNB_the 3PM Takeover, or send us an email if you know the answer to the riddle. I will also post the riddle online this afternoon so that you can have another look.
I'm going to be thinking about this like all week. Like, and like when you tell me the answer, I'm going to be like, oh, of course it was. Like that's the thing with riddles. You always get the answer and you go, oh, of course that was the answer. And suddenly it's staring you right in the face.
I know. Or I could just tell you like when we're off the air.
Yeah. I'm going to make you.
Oh, gosh. Thanks for joining us on the show this week, guys. It's been real.
Hope you guys have a good week ahead. I hope if anyone's sick like me that you get better real soon. I hope I get better real soon. And when I speak to everyone next, I will have finished my uni degree.
That's so
Oh my
good.
goodness.
Congratulations.
So I'm going to be like,
Skills.
you know what? That's a topic for another week. I'm going to talk how excited I am to be a free woman next week.
Preach it.
Yeah. Have a great week, guys. This is U2, California, brackets. There is no end to love.
End brackets.